Hey guys, how are you? Happy Monday. This is Yvonne here coming to you from HW. I am so excited, okay, because Harlem Fashion Week is producing another fabulous New York Fashion Week show. Hey Francis girl, how are you, beautiful? Hey Smile Again Photography, what's going on? How are you guys? So of course, y'all already know we had an amazing model workshop this past Saturday. It was sick, okay? We still getting footage from that, still getting so many amazing feedback. Now, on top of that, we're getting ready for New York Fashion Week. So I have a designer that's joining me. And hi guys, what's up Elegant in Focus magazine? What's up Ray? Hi Jahiza. And we're just so excited. Save the date, Saturday, September 13th. I don't know if you saw, but Ebony Magazine just posted and said that Nina Parker is coming to Harlem and she's going to be at the Harlem Fashion Week runway show. Now, the designer that we're going to be featuring today is none other than MarQuis BlaQue. He is an amazing streetwear slash like a very like urban chic luxury fashion designer. So he's going to be joining us shortly, and I can't wait for y'all to learn about some of our amazing designers. So if you don't know already, Saturday, September 13th, 2025, Harlem Fashion Week is producing their New York Fashion Week show. Y'all already know it's gonna be a hit. Hey Nelly, shout out to our, director getting it together. She gets it together. Last Saturday, she had all of the designers ready, selecting their models. Hi, how are you guys? Okay, Mr. Black is in the building. Okay. They're ready. So, Mr. Black, if you can just request to join the live, then I can't wait for you to share about your brand, your aesthetic, what they're looking forward to seeing on the runway. Yes. Happy Monday. How y'all feeling? We went from like a heat wave to like it being like this cool, relaxed weather, and I appreciate it. My edges appreciate it. I mean, the leave out appreciates it. Y'all know how it is. If you are interested in volunteering, you can send an email to info@harlemfw. Again, I'm waiting for Mr. Black to request to join the live so he can talk about what he is showing for New York Fashion Week, because it's going to be a situation, okay? It's going to be a situation. Yes. What's up, Dom Life Pro? How are you? It's been a minute. How's the baby? Hi, Chica. Yeah, so I'm hype. Also, we just got some other, special news. I be trying to hold it down and not say anything too soon or whatever. So I'm gonna still hold it, because we got a couple of special guests, a couple of celebrities that's pulling up for Fashion Week. And Nelly, while you're on live, can you tell Mr. MarQuis BlaQue to pull up so he could join our live? I think he forgot. Hi Janelle. How are you? Hi B Nicole Gadsden. Oh, how old is the baby now? I feel like, oh my gosh. And you don't even be posting her or nothing. Yeah, Nelly, if you can write MarQuis BlaQue and tell him that he's, we ready for him. The folks is ready. Okay. Okay, your daughter is a model. How old is your daughter, MK Red? Hi, B Nicole. How are you? We just had an amazing model casting. Hi, Elegant in Focus magazine. Hi, Marie. Hi, Mary. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Happy Monday. How y'all feeling? I'm good, B Nicole. I am. No complaints whatsoever. I'm like happy that the weather kind of calm and subdued, because it was blazing hip hop and R&B like this past weekend. Harlem week, it was blazing. So now it's a little bit more calm. I'm very happy. I'm getting ready for Fashion Week. We're literally like 30 days out. Like, this is crazy. Hold on. I think this is Mark. Hey Marquise, how are you? Yes, hairstylist. We definitely need hairstylists for the show. Hey Marquise.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
How are
Happy Monday,
you?
everybody. Good. How's it going?
Good. Happy Monday. How you feeling?
It's Monday. Monday.
Are you a happy Monday person? Are you like, dang, why can't it be Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, I'm always happy it's Monday. Fresh start, fresh week,
Me
new
too.
goals.
So me too. I always say that I'm like, okay, I have an opportunity to like, redo whatever I didn't do right the next week.
Yeah,
All
definitely
right,
agree.
well, introduce yourself to the folks and let them know about your brand. I'm looking forward to learning as well.
Okay, well, I'm MarQuis BlaQue. I got a lifestyle streetwear brand that I started. Kind of really been rebranding myself kind of the last few years into more kind of a luxurious streetwear lane to where it's not the classic just graphic tee or kind of really like upcycling clothes. I kind of really want to get into more more ready to wear clothing, stuff
Hmm.
like that. So we just kind of been wanting to put the brand in just new venues and new spaces where we can get seen, kind of like those type of eyes.
Got you. Now, before you jump all the way in, can you tell us your name, where you're from, what kind of,
Okay.
all the things? Just because, I know some people who are new to your brand and they would love to learn where you're from and, what do you do?
Okay. Well, my name MarQuis BlaQue. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I've been kind of really designing probably most of my life. I learned kind of really from my great grandmother.
Nice.
Growing up, I kind of really watched her kind of really like tailor and men clothes and stuff like that. As kind of really like a side hustle, whether it's for people at the church or even me, kind of. But I think that ship kind of really started. It was my junior year going into my senior year of high school.
Hmm.
uh, I had wanted to get more into clothing because everybody I was kind of like rapping and stuff like that at the time. I really didn't want to be a rapper because it was kind of really like the common thing. And
Hmm.
sports, I had kind of, you know how it goes with sports and stuff like that. I kind of came into the realization that the NBA, not that it was far out of reach, but it just wasn't a goal that I was really trying to obtain at that moment. So at that time, it was like the blog era. So like the internet was kind of really popping and stuff like that. This was like the real authentic Instagram where you really had to like get dressed and stuff like that. It wasn't like all these mood boards or these like what
Okay,
you wearing
okay,
and
okay. This is when
styling
they
and
had
stuff
like
like that.
one filter. Is what you're talking about? That
Yes,
that
yes. And you know
vignette
which one I'm
filter.
talking about one too.
Uh-huh,
Yep,
uh-huh.
yep, for
And
sure.
it was only available on iPhone. So if you had an Android,
Yes.
you was mad. I remember.
Yeah, yeah. So I just remember just wanting to get an iPhone, and we had like the iPhone 4. Me and my partner, and we kind of really shared it at the time because iPhones was expensive back then,
Yes,
and in high
yes.
school, like so, just taking pictures and stuff like that. And I remember being inspired by just people like the Carl Kanais of the world and like those earlier designers, and I wanted to get into fashion. And
Mm-hmm.
I was done with sports, but I had still kind of came up on a letter, one of the letter jackets. And instead of doing it
Mm-hmm.
like the classic way, like how everybody put it on the bomber jacket, I'm like, man, it'd be dope if I throw it on the jean jacket. So I kind of
Yeah.
really I threw the letter on the back of the jean jacket and threw some patches on it and kind of really customized it. Well, my grandmother sewed it for me at the time, but it was kind of really my vision. So let me kind of really give her credit. But when I went to school, everybody kind of really was asking me about it and saying, "Hey, I want one of those. Can you make me one and one?" So that was kind of really like my shift. But at the time, like me being from Ohio, like a lot of people didn't have like streetwear brands, not like
Yeah.
actual brands, like to where it was like they vision and they wear. So I kind of really wanted to be different. Like a lot of people was doing like the airbrush or the I could put this celebrity on your shirt, like. But I wanted kind
Uh-huh.
of
Uh-huh.
yeah, I wanted my own like vision. So I had got with a classmate at the time. He was in like one of the art programs and being inspired by one of my favorite movies was Notorious. So yeah, and
Okay, I love that. Wait, hold on, Marquise. If you guys
yep.
are just joining us, I am with the lovely Marquise Black. He is from Ohio, and he's talking about his brand. Just want to, give a little intro because I know some people just joined us. But keep going, keep going.
Yeah, yeah, no, and like kind of really being rebellious, kind of how we roll, like me and my partners and stuff like that. We didn't come from like the traditional route where we had money, so we kind of really had to scrape through, like do it by any means. And
Uh huh.
like I said back then, it kind of really clothing and stuff like that wasn't really like accessible. Like you couldn't really get like certain dead stock drawers and stuff like that. So when you got certain clothes, it was more grills. So just really kind of really coming up, collecting the girls and stuff like that. We wanted to kind of be like different and rebellious and kind of have
Mm-hmm.
like that NWA like raw energy and really kind of really like the misfits and stuff like that when it comes to getting into certain venues and getting in certain areas and stuff like that. So that kind of really inspired me to launch the Notorious Empire, and I threw the Empire on there because it was kind of really like I said a group at the time. And it started off like I said as like the common streetwear kind of clothing and stuff like that, like the direct the garments or the screen printing and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And then I feel like we kind of really transitioned out of that era to where people really kind of really cared about. I kind of really, to be honest, I kind of got older and I kind of paid attention to people really care more about details, care more about style. And then also me traveling back and forth from New York, I also like going to some of the bigger shows. I see how important you designing the clothes was. So I kind of really like became more hands on and how the quality mattered and stuff like that. So I wanted to shift from it being like the Notorious Empire was kind of like more into that PacSun,
Mm-hmm.
Hot Topic, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like Ed Hardy type of wear. I kind of really wanted to push myself like to like that Carl Kanai or like that Gucci or like that Balenciaga type of clothing. So in 2020, I kind of really like transitioned into what it would call Made by MarQuis, which was like kind of like the big brother. I call it a Notorious Empire. So where we kind of like chilled back and made like more of a utility clothing. At the time, it was COVID going on, so I kind of really wanted to make stuff to like, hey, we're not going too many places, but we still want to be fly. So it was more like utility based clothing. And then kind of like as the world opened up and like the fashion shows and like that kind of really started, like especially like those first couple of fashion shows and fashion
Mm-hmm.
weeks after the COVID era, it was kind of really exciting. So that kind of really inspired me, like, okay, like you got to stop playing. I really want to like kind of really take it there. And by that point, kind of really, I had invested like a lot of money in their brand as far as marketing, as far as like trademarking, as far as like a lot of things. So it was like I really wanted to take it to that point, like I said, to where we become like one of the big major fashion house while still kind of really keeping our organicness. Like I always say, like I don't feel like I'm like an Ohio brand, but I don't feel like I'm like a New York based brand. I feel like you
Okay.
can see like we kind of really well traveled, but at the same time, like I said, you can see like okay, it's more like I wouldn't say like casual style clothing, but I would call it like just like how we're doing it in the Midwest. Like we kind of
Okay.
like working or going to the gym, but we still
So
kind of get
wait,
fly when
hold
it's time to
on.
pop up.
While people can just join in, if you could say that you have a specific client, because there's a target audience, who is your target audience? That way, I see some people here in the chat that they're probably interested in your brand. Who's your
Yeah.
target audience? Who are you like marketing to specifically?
Right now it's kind of like the on the go artists, like the people who kind of really not, I would call them like label fiends to where they got like, it got to be Balenciaga, it got to be like this. It's the people who could kind of really pick up the piece of clothing and kind of really get their own story about it. Like
I
everybody
love
kind of wear
that.
the clothes different. Like
Is it
I might
men?
wear
Is
the,
it women? Is it a specific age?
I would be say it's more like gender neutral, like the times we move it in now, like
I like
and
that.
like the
Okay.
age range. I would probably say more into like kind of like that. Everybody say, "Oh, I want everybody," but that's kind of really hard because I know kind of like when you're younger, more stuff don't matter. Like you're not really worried about the quality. You're really worried about having the quantity of stuff to kind of really get your
So, what
name out
age
there.
group do you think your market
I,
is directed
I
to?
would say probably towards like that 28, 29 and up to kind of really where you start to get serious about life and it's where it's like, yo, I'm not trying to be spending all this money on these pieces and then going to sell them at Plato's Closet or trying to
Okay.
resell them on Grail. Like I need pieces that I can like interchange throughout the year and
Okay.
still be fly. So like
I
I would
love
say like
that.
that, like 28 and up, like on
Okay,
that
and
front.
then let me ask you a
People who
question.
know
What's
fashion.
your price point? What's the average price point? Like if someone is like, listen, I want a piece of a Marquise black custom piece, or I want a piece from the runway. What is your price point? Because we have some buyers and some stylists
Yeah.
who are, they're gonna be ready to pull from your line. So
Yeah.
what's your price point?
Good question. Good question. I wouldn't say we necessarily got price points for everybody. I would just say we have price points for people who care about fashion. So we kind of really like start within that like $40 to $50 range, and you can kind of really work yourself up. Like I always tell
Ah, okay.
people, good pieces really cost more money. So we got like the more luxurious pieces would have cost more money. But if you want something like on the go and stuff like that, like I got the 3 pack of t-shirts, those kind of really
Okay.
$35. I got
That's
the
good.
knitted beanies, those $20. But then when you get into like the psycho jacket and stuff like that, you're gonna kind of really spend the money. But it's gonna be worth it. Like I said, you're not
I
gonna have
love
to
that.
wear it one time and then it's like, man, I don't want everybody to see me in this again.
Yeah.
Like you could break it down like 20 different ways. You could really
I
wear it every
love
day.
that. Listen, in the era right now that we're in this economy, people definitely want to pay for quality. We
Yeah,
already seen so many bad reviews about Shein and Temu and all of
for
these
sure.
brands. fast fashion in effect is dying because people are realizing I need the value of my dollar to actually return. I don't want to just throw my money down the drain. So I
Yeah,
already know customers are more informed than ever before. They want to make sure they have high-end fabric so that they can pass that jacket down to their nephew, their niece, their cousin, give it as a gift. So yeah, like
yeah,
Chanel said, quality is key. Someone else said you pay for what you get. You
yeah,
spend more for that quality. So that's never a problem, right? Especially when
yeah.
you're providing a quality product. Do you have any items you want to show us before we wrap it up for today?
No items on me currently. I feel like
Okay.
I do like the last previous collection. I kind of do a good job kind of previewing it. With
Okay.
this week, us partnering with new people, I kind of really wanted to kind of be exclusive to the people who
Yeah.
come into the show and stuff like that, so it could kind of really pop. And it's like not knowing really what to expect, but
Okay. Tell us.
not
So give
to.
us a little snippet. Like, what's the color story? Like, what's the vibe? Like, give us a little something as what we about
Okay.
to expect for the runway show before we close out.
No, that where like I said, you kind of really hit it on the nose with there. That's what the collection kind of really based off of. It's called the Eternal Collection. I mean, it's gonna be here forever, and it's Holy Noir. Noir is also French for black, so it's kind of really like I said, a timeless collection to where
Mm-hmm.
it's the death of fast fashion, the death of like that need to buy anything. So you're gonna see kind of like that Holy Noir color. You're gonna see some metallic, which I think represents Y2K, which I think represents the future, which we headed. You're gonna see some gold since we in Harlem, like the heart of culture. I feel like you got to represent it, have some gold there. Of course, New York City. I always got to do the camouflage. Everybody know how important camouflage
Okay.
is, especially to the borough of Brooklyn. Um, as far as like I said, vibe, I feel like it's gonna be a different vibe with us partnering like with someone like the Harlem Fashion Week. I can kind of really feel like that energy kind of really
Yeah.
leading up to the show, and like kind of like being in Harlem, kind of like being like kind of like a full circle moment for us. So
Yes. Well, I'm
if you at
super
the show, it's definitely
excited.
gonna be worth it. Yeah.
I'm super excited, y'all. Again, everybody who's just joining, my name is Yvonne, creative director of Harlem Fashion Week. I'm here with MarQuis BlaQue, all the way from Ohio. He is gonna kill it on the runway
Yeah, for
this
sure.
September, Saturday, September 13th for New York Fashion Week in Harlem. It is gonna be an amazing experience. Make sure y'all copy your tickets. Chanel already said the tickets be selling
Not
out,
now, but
Marquis,
right
like
now.
crazy. So make sure y'all got the tickets for his show. It is Saturday, September the 13th. And go ahead and tell the people where they can find your brand if they want to follow you, if you have your products available online. Just drop all
Yeah.
your handles, okay?
Yeah, you can follow us on MarQuis BlaQue, BlaQue, and MarQuis. Uh, www.madebymarquis.com. And we just updated the website, added some new products on there as well. And then, of course, Harlem Fashion Week, like I said, we'll be debuting a new collection there as well. So,
I
like she said,
cannot wait.
cap your tickets now because, like I said, I feel like it's going to be a beautiful show. Like, I
Yes.
got a chance to look at some of the other designers that's a part of the show. We
There's
got
the
some good celebrity designers as well. I don't want to spill too much, but like I said, definitely get your tickets now. Do not wait to the last minute because you will be outside hearing about it.
Have a wonderful day, Marquise.
Have a
I
wonderful
cannot
day
wait.
too. You.
Thank you guys, everybody, for joining, and
Thank
have a
you, everybody.
wonderful evening, okay?
All right. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that was MarQuis BlaQue. He is an amazing designer that is going to be coming all the way from Ohio to hit the runway for New York Fashion Week. If you don't have your tickets, go to the link in the bio. You're going to go to it now because the tickets for Harlem Fashion Week always sell out. So you don't want to be that person that's sitting outside and you can't get in, okay? Saturday, September 13th. Save the date on your calendar. It is going to be an amazing experience. We're going to be going live almost every day with other dynamic designers, some of our sponsors, some of our community partners. So I look forward to seeing you guys again very soon, and bye.